Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to be going over exactly how I got my dream physique. And I did this while working a full-time job. I spent less than 6 hours a week at the gym. I didn't have to spend endless hours in the kitchen on meal prep. And I still had a social life and I still got to enjoy my favorite foods. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright, so this is how I built my dream body while having a full-time job and having a social life. By using macro manipulation and the win method. I didn't sacrifice my favorite foods, I didn't go to the gym more than 4 days a week, and I did not revolve my life around fitness. Now, through the win method, my workouts were capped at 3 to 4 times a week, I prioritized intentional hard reps over junk volume, and I took a non-perfectionist approach. I'll be going over these a bit more in specific detail later on. First, who am I? So, hi, my name is Brandon, and as a kid, I loved to eat, I wasn't very active, I was super chubby, and I absolutely hated it. I was very insecure about my weight, and this is what I looked like when I was 13. Yikes. I was almost 175 pounds, and I was only 5'4". So very chubby. I was overweight, insecure, I hated how I looked in the mirror. At 15, I decided to lose fat and start my fitness journey. Now, the thing was, I didn't know anything about macros, training splits, or progressive overload. I just knew I needed to eat less and move more. After some researching, I realized that I needed to be in a calorie deficit. So, I focused on eating fewer calories than I burned. I lost over 30 pounds in a few months, but I wasn't lifting weights. So I lost fat, but I built no muscle. It wasn't until years later that I learned to do it the right way. In the beginning of 2021, I looked soft, skinny fat, and I didn't have a lot of muscle. However, towards the end of 2021, something finally clicked in me. It wasn't just about building muscle. It was about how I felt. I was tired of looking in the mirror and still not liking what I saw, feeling smaller and less confident than my friends, thinking they were cooler, stronger, more attractive than me, fitter than me, not feeling confident in my own skin, not feeling like I was becoming the man that I wanted to be. On the outside, everything looked fine, but internally, I was frustrated. I had lost the weight, but I still didn't feel strong. I didn't feel powerful. I didn't feel confident. And that insecurity really started to eat at me and consume me. That's when I realized fat loss wasn't enough. I didn't just want to be smaller. I wanted to build presence, strength, confidence, and identity. That's when I finally stepped into the gym seriously, not just to lose weight, but to build something. And that changed everything for me. I built real muscle, I became stronger than I'd ever been, I looked better than ever, but more importantly, I gained confidence. I became the 2.0 version of myself, the guy I actually respected when I looked in the mirror. I stopped trying to get in shape. I became the kind of man who trains, eats well, and keeps promises to himself. My body, habits, and lifestyle finally matched the ambition I've always had inside. I became so confident that I could freely take off my shirt at the beach or pool, knowing that I worked hard to get to where I am. And my fitness journey got me here. From a fat kid who struggled with confidence to a man that has now conquered his mind, learned how to be disciplined, and handle any challenges that may come his way in the future. And this is the system that changed everything for me. So the first part of this is macro manipulation. I don't eliminate my favorite foods, I control calories, and I prioritize my protein. That's how you build muscle, stay lean, and still live your life without extremes. The win method. You want to cap your workouts to 3 to 4 days, max. You do not need anything more than that. Remember, fitness should support your life, not consume it. You want to prioritize intentional, hard reps. No junk volume, no endless exercises, only progressive overload and quality intentional reps. Real intensity, you want to train with purpose, not ego. Finally, I took a non-perfection approach. Perfection will burn you out. Consistency builds. One off-plan meal or one missed workout does not ruin progress. Quitting does. And here are some bonus tips. You want to track what actually matters. Calories or portions, protein, and performance on key lifts. Ignore the noise, focus on leverage and what actually moves the needle. You want to plan life into the system. Social events aren't cheats, okay? You can adjust earlier meals, budget calories, and enjoy guilt-free. Fitness fits your life. You don't need to sacrifice your life for the gym. Also remember, your environment will beat your willpower every single time. Make good habits automatic. Reduce decisions, reduce friction. Now, with that being said, I have something special for you. Here's the deal. What you're missing isn't knowledge. Because if what you're missing was knowledge, you would have gotten to shape a long time ago, right? So it's not that simple. What you're missing is structure, accountability, and a system that actually fits your life. What if you could install the right habits, train with intention, and finally become that 2.0 version of yourself without turning fitness into a second full-time job? This changes more than your body. It changes who you are. It changes your identity. Now, this is for you if you want to become your 2.0 version of yourself. You're tired of living below your potential, and you want your body to reflect your ambition, and you want to be more confident than ever. You value structure over motivation. You understand that discipline comes from systems, not hype. And you're tired of restarting. You don't want another short burst of progress. You want consistency that lasts for years. You want alignment. You want habits, a physique and lifestyle that finally matches who you know you can be. And you're willing to execute 80 to 90%. You don't need to chase perfection. You just need to show up consistently. And this is for you if you are coachable, if you're open to feedback, adjustments, and doing what actually works. This is not for you if you're looking for a shortcut. Remember, real transformation takes months and years, not weeks or days. If you're addicted to fitness noise, if you want to try every new trend instead of mastering fundamentals, this is not for you. If you're unwilling to prioritize yourself, if your health always comes last, nothing will change. If you're obsessed with perfection, we focus on consistency, not extremes. If you're uncomfortable with accountability, growth requires honesty and standards. Finally, this is not for you if you are ego-driven. If you can't take constructive feedback, you're not going to evolve. This is why you're not where you want to be yet. You have no structure. The thing is, you don't lack motivation, you lack a repeatable system. You've been jumping between plans, trying to optimize, and relying on bursts of discipline instead of installing habits that run themselves automatically. You overcomplicate training. You don't need 15 exercises and 2 hours sessions in the gym every single time. You need intensity, progressive overload, and a few movement patterns done well. Volume is not the answer. Better execution is. You have no strategy around nutrition. You don't need a super restrictive diet. You need calorie awareness, protein consistency, and simple meal prep and templates and plans that fit your life. Now, the thing is, without tracking what matters, adjusting week to week, progress just stalls. Finally, you have no accountability. You have plans, but no one has ever ensured your execution. Accountability is not someone yelling at you. It's someone tracking your data, adjusting your plan, calling out excuses, and holding you to a higher standard. Here's the truth. You don't need more information. You need implementation. You've watched all the videos. You've watched all the workouts. You tried the plans. But information without structure does not change your identity. Most coaches will never adjust when progress slows, know how to handle social events, how to train with real intensity, build discipline that lasts, okay? Remember, we prioritize systems over motivation. We'll build simple, repeatable habits, train 3 to 4 days with intention, track calories intelligently, prep food in under 2 hours a week, and adjust weekly based on data. We want to have strategy over extremes. No crash diets, no endless cardio, no 12-hour gym weeks. Just fundamentals executed 80 to 90% of the time. Also, you want to value identity over just short-term results. The goal here isn't just fat loss. It's becoming someone who keeps promises to himself, doesn't restart every few months, and feels aligned and confident. Now, here are the 6 pillars that align your body with your ambition. First is identity and standards. Motivation fades. Discipline fluctuates. Identity is what lasts. If you see yourself as the inconsistent guy or the guy who always restarts, you will unconsciously act like it, no matter how good the plan is. This pillar is about shifting from I'm trying to get in shape to I'm someone who trains, eats with intentions, and keeps promises to himself. Do you see the difference? I will help you focus on eliminating self-sabotaging patterns, raising personal standards, and building habits that reinforce your new identity. Because once identity shifts, execution becomes natural, not forced. Second, precision training. If you hate your workouts, you won't stick to them. If the program does not fit your schedule, you'll fall off. If you're doing random exercises that don't suit your body, you're going to burn out. We chase progression, not volume. That means 3 to 4 focus sessions per week. That's it. Under 6 hours total, progressive overload, and movement patterns that feel right for your structure. When training fits your life and it feels productive, consistency becomes automatic. 3, nutrition systems that actually work. Most people fail because their diet is unsustainable. They go extreme, they restrict their calories and the foods they love way too much, they burn out, they binge, and then they restart and the cycle continues. We don't eliminate your favorite foods. We build awareness, not control. You're going to learn calorie awareness without obsession, protein consistency, meal prep systems, meal templates, meal plans, how to plan ahead for social events and family gatherings. Fitness should integrate into your lifestyle, not isolate you from it. When nutrition is simple, progress becomes predictable. You'll also get meal plans and templates that fit your lifestyle and dietary preferences. 4, a growth environment. Trying to transform alone is exhausting and tiring. You have no feedback, no support, no one calling you out when you slip, and that's when the doubt creeps in. Accountability is not about pressure, it's about structure. When you surround yourself with ambitious people who value discipline, share similar struggles, push each other forward, you stop feeling isolated and progress accelerates because no one thrives in isolation. 5, structured accountability. Without accountability, it's easy to say to yourself, I'll skip today, I'll restart Monday, it's fine, I'll make up for it. That's how the cycle continues. We remove guesswork and drifting. We track training performance, calorie and weekly adjustments. We also execution consistency. When someone is watching the data and adjusting your plan, you don't spiral when progress slows. You stay steady and you win. 6, direct mentorship from me. Information is not the problem. Implementation is. You don't need another YouTube video. You need someone who will see your blind spots, adjust when progress stalls, calls out ego, and can guide you through plateaus. You get real strategy, real feedback, real correction. Because transformation isn't just about knowing what to do, it's about executing it consistently and evolving when necessary. So, to summarize, here is our 6-step process for your transformation. 1, identity and standards. 2, precision training. 3, nutrition systems that actually work. 4, a growth environment. 5, structured accountability. And 6, direct mentorship from me. Here are the next steps. If you're ready to transform your physique and be that 2.0 version of yourself that I know you're meant to be, then book in a call with me below and see if you're a good fit for the program. I can't wait, and I'm excited to work with you.